So the intention of this video is to give you an overview of what we see as the 3 pillars of KindHuman.
So KindHuman, we see it as a movement towards a better, kinder economy, a way of living where we prioritize our own health and the health of others. So there's this helping nature to it that, we just want to be clear, we'll be transparent about what our mission is with all of this. So in terms of the health, right? So that's the first pillar.
Yes, and we see that as the foundation of all our society. Everything should be based around our health.
Yeah, like prioritizing your own health is so crucial to making big changes. You can't help others until you yourself are healed, or at least on the path there, and we've witnessed that. So thankfully, we have a way to get healthy. We have
Make it easy.
Make it easy, adaptable routine without too much discipline involved. And that really is the first pillar, is fill your own cup. Make sure you are healthy enough to go into the world and to heal others.
And we don't want to live in a world with unhealthy people. We're only as weakest as our weakest. So it is in our best interest to, not just for our own health, but to make sure that health is taken care of for everyone.
It should be prioritized way different than public health policies have dictated. They don't prioritize nutrition, clean water, exercise, micronutrients. All these things are fundamental to good health, but you don't hear about it a lot.
Yeah. We thought that was something as growing up. I just thought the government cares about our health and there's always someone who's caring, but at the end of the day, we're marketed only things that are bad for us, and we are, it is not prioritized. So we want to see that shift happen where we're like a global collective that is, we want to basically rewrite our societal guidelines and our, how we think that society needs to be governed. So
yeah, exactly. Like too many people wait for it to be too late. They wait till they're sick before they start making changes. So in terms of like a long-term strategy to get healthier, to face something like an epidemic or a pandemic, is we have to think long-term. And what does that mean? It means more people who have better general health. And we're not going to get there with vaccines and masks and hand sanitizer. It needs to be more foundational.
That is not health. That is Band-Aid, maybe at best a solution to a symptom, but definitely that is not, it doesn't fall into the category of health.
Yeah. Like myself as an example, I was born with asthma and had allergies. So I was always given things that just medications that cover the symptoms. They just take care of the temporary superficial things. But then I'm committed to a lifetime of pharmaceuticals. There's no end for that. There's no end game. So you have to go to your core. You have to figure out what it is that you need to change that. So we've tested on ourselves, we've experimented on ourselves, and Allison has an incredible transformation story where she was on 4 medications for anxiety and depression and sleep, and she was taking Ritalin for ADHD for years and years since a young age. And I
was told that I would be on that for life, and I had accepted that. I just thought they actually explained it to me that, if you have astigmatism, you have to wear glasses the same way you have to take these medications your whole life.
Yeah, and I witnessed her change. I could vouch for the fact that she was in a depression hole that we didn't see a way out of. And it was a nightmare because all we could do was just up her prescriptions, give her more drugs. And that didn't seem like...
Almost landed me in the ER because my heart was racing so fast. I was on so many medications.
Yeah.
So we really have to be careful to not just trust blindly the medical system that we've been raised to never question.
Mm-hmm. The medication has a place the same way if you break your arm, you're not going to heal that with natural methods. You go to you rely on medicine for what it's good at. Unfortunately, it's not great with nutrition and gut health, which we've
seen as the we've seen that gut health is the foundation of all health. And so much that we're treating symptoms of could be treated by the core with gut health. Right. So that's something that we've discovered for ourselves. It was never recommended by any professionals.
No, we didn't hear about it at all. We had to get word of mouth. Yeah. And just experimenting on ourselves to actually see the change and feel it. So as a first pillar, the foundation of your own health, look to your gut microbiome. This is the gut-brain connection, and it's your it's essentially your immune system, and it is compromised if you are not eating healthily.
Or if you're just eating the standard American diet. Our food supply system is, we'll get to that, but yeah, that's our food supply system is also poisoning us. So we think we could be eating healthy, and we're taught what's healthy. It's not necessarily what is. We're really strong advocates of using yourself as an experiment. And so we are all about empowered healing, that we can heal ourselves, that our bodies want to heal themselves if given the proper environment. Right. So that is our health pillar, and that is the first and foremost.
Yeah, first pillar is you take care of yourself. The second pillar is healing others, right? Right. And how we do that is we share the knowledge of our own healing and encourage. And just encourage others to try something different. If you have like hypertension or IBS or Lyme disease, or type 2 diabetes, obesity,
all the mental issues.
Yeah, and
we're just sharing what we experience or we've seen others. So as we learned about this through word of mouth, this is what we pay forward, because I would have never known if I hadn't seen people who healed themselves and shared that information.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so important.
And so it reciprocates, and the flow of energy goes out. And the most powerful tool you have as with wisdom is to share it, and at least allow people an opportunity to change their health. And it's just something, honestly, that not a lot of people know about. So it's great when you are shown a pathway there.
Yeah. And each one of us has a story that can help someone. Each one of us, or has something in, like maybe in the future, but has something in us that we are assigned to heal a whole bunch of people that we don't even know yet. So it is really important that we share, and we've learned that it's also important as part of the healing process is sharing our struggles. And it's not done enough, and it sort of, I guess, the boomer generation put that really down, the idea that we shouldn't be talking about ourselves, or we shouldn't be sharing so much information that may be personal or embarrassing. But we're seeing that the real healing comes from releasing what no longer serves us, and alchemizing that by allowing it to benefit someone else who needs it. So there's nothing more generous and kind than to own our story and share it, and what worked or what we're going through. So we encourage that we share as much as possible.
Exactly, because the healing only happens when you can help someone else do that. That's a powerful tool. So going through struggles, facing adversity, it's a gift that you can give to others by helping them through it, no matter what it is. And what's great is it'll meet you wherever you're at in terms of your health journey. You could feel, you're at the very worst condition you've ever been, or you could be feeling great but just want to feel better, essentially. So
yeah. And sometimes rock bottom is the biggest blessing, because when the lower you've been, the more people you can help. So we take that rock bottom and we make it into a positive.
Exactly. Okay, so the third pillar would be healing the planet.
And the idea is that we want to heal the planet. When we're healed ourselves, there's something that happens where we actually we are more open to come together and to collaborate and to want to heal this planet because when we're toxic, we our environment is going to be toxic. We are going to pollute more. We're going to put more pollution in our bodies and through our bodies and condone more toxic.
And if you think of your body as like a mirror of the planet, our gut microbiome is the soil where all things grow. So if that soil is damaged, it's filled with antibiotics and hormones and all these other things that are poisoning your soil. You're not going to grow properly from that. And our environment, our like internal ecosystem cannot be flooded with smoke and pollution and toxicity if it's going to work in harmony. So just think of yourself as a reflection of the planet, and would you want to be filled with garbage, or would you rather be clean and as natural as possible?
Yeah, and the cleaner you get, the more you just want a clean environment, because you start to be sensitive more to the environment around you. And of course, just we can't do it alone. So healthy people need to come together and take action in the positive direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do these three pillars relate to Purium? So it's very simple. The first pillar of self-health, the foundation is your gut. And we have Biomedic, which is one of 2 available products that is known to remove glyphosate from the gut. It's proven to do that. And right there, it's your foundation. You're repairing the foundational floor for absorption. A lot of people have malabsorption. That's why they have leaky gut or IBS or these other terrible afflictions, because their gut is so damaged.
Almost all of us, almost every one of us has glyphosate in our bodies. And we don't even know the way that it is affecting us until we cleanse it. So Biomedic is also a pre and probiotic. So it's rebuilding that ecosystem in there. And
and you might hear people naysay about glyphosate, say it's too trace amounts to have any effect. However, that information comes from Bayer, who owns Monsanto. They declare it's as safe as table salt. So something that you're spraying on vegetables and into the water, fruits and vegetables, that kills living things, that should not be going into your body.
And we can see it in the soil. I mean, they have to change crops every few years because it actually just completely dries out the soil. So the proof is I don't go by all the studies. I go by what we see, and that's something that we are aware of, the soil health that's suffering, and that is reflecting our gut health. And
it's proven, like research has shown, there's less than a decade left of topsoil, of healthy topsoil left, and then we are screwed. So we need to start making changes now and fix your own topsoil as a safeguard for that. A lot of people who we're huge proponents of a plant-based diet. We feel that it's you can thrive on a plant-based diet. It's people who are ex-vegans who claim that they didn't feel good. They didn't have good gut conditions, so they weren't absorbing nutrition from the food anyway. So they felt lethargic or tired or not.
It's not their body; it's their gut.
Yeah.
And so some people think it's just my body, and we just don't know until we know, right? So we always encourage you heal yourself and you use yourself as an experiment, because you can only know, you can't learn from, you have to really experience things for yourself. And we are about self-empowered healing, that you have to take charge and take responsibility for your health. So another part of how Purium relates to our personal health is that we have a structured nutrition plan that really just keeps us at least in a covered nutritionally, so that we can create that optimal environment for our body to heal itself. So I'm drinking my green juice that I have every morning. It keeps me regular. It keeps me consistent in health. And consistency is what so many struggle with when it comes to health. And consistency is the key to health. We can't just have a green juice one day or a wheatgrass shot and think we're going to solve all our problems. It doesn't work like that. It has to be a daily effort. And it is so hard for so many of us around the world to maintain that. So
yeah, we're talking about a lifestyle change. It's not just like a fad diet, like a keto diet or something where you might get results, but you're causing more damage in the long run. So by changing your gut foundation for better absorption, then you flood your cells with the nutrition every day. And there's other things like clean vegan protein that you could be adding to it. Aminos, tart cherry for inflammation, all natural food derivatives. There's no supplements or anything like that. It's just the best possible food that people can't grow all year round. They don't have access to that. So it's
accessibility is key.
So that's the first pillar covered. In terms of helping heal others, Purium has an amazing system in place where there's a built-in community around you. So you are intentionally positioned to share your story. You create a transformation in yourself. You change your lifestyle so that you could show other people a way out. And it's beyond just your healing story, because that's integral to it, is how you change, how you transformed. But it applies to everything, like how you overcome your medications, how you found a new way to work.
Go plant-based. And they incentivize the sharing, which we don't see that in other companies. The incentivize of thriving, the incentivize of, healing ourselves, incentivize of wanting to share our story. So that is the Purium sharing economy. And this is a way that we can be rewarded for what we already would do naturally, because naturally as humans, we're coming back to our roots. I think capitalism tried to divide us and compete with each other, but really our roots are in sharing and cooperation. Community. So this is really where Purium is bringing back the what we've found is it's bringing us back to our roots.
Yeah, our natural way. And we're reaching peak capitalism right now. We're faced with the end of a system that worked for a while. It was great for the industrial age, but now we're part of a technological shift where people ultimately don't want to work for hours for dollars. We want more.
Jobs are going,
there might be no more small businesses left if we keep on this trajectory. So all that's going to be left is Amazon and Disney running the world. So you have to take your own power back and find a way that you could be earning an income, a fair, balanced income, while you're sleeping, while you're working
on your passions. And it's so much of it, we all are so multifaceted, and this encourages sharing our gifts with the world, whatever they are that you may not have gotten to exercise in any other job. Jared is a film editor and an illustrator, and has so many gifts with just making videos and, things like this that we're doing. It's like we're able to exercise all these different gifts that we have. I'm a yoga instructor. I'm a healing artist, and I am able to tap into my inner gifts that may never have been
your gift of you passionate about helping other people. And
so passionate, and that was never valued. And this is a huge part.
I never even had an outlet. You were deemed because you didn't study enough, or you didn't.
I just did it all for free, really. That was all I could do. And
exactly.
I was still doing it, but now we're actually rewarded for that. So this is why the sharing is that is the foundation of how we're all going to thrive together and help each other.
Exactly. A second pillar of community. So the third pillar, healing the earth. If you look at Purium, their mission to heal humankind by lowering their carbon footprint. So that's, how much waste is created in the manufacturing and distribution of their products. They're targeting to be plastic free by 2021. So it's just a home compostable packaging. That's it. Shaker bottles, so you're not reusing anything. And just like lowering the amount of traveling that food needs to do. Right now, you're getting produce from all over the world with huge carbon footprints. The food is depleted of its nutrition
All
because
packaged in
it's been
plastics.
sitting in a fridge for weeks. So here we are, healing the earth at the same time, and it might be dismissed as, it's like how much could we possibly be doing? But this is like a first step to getting there. Yeah.
And this is allowing us to also become organic farmers ourselves, because ultimately we want to avoid all the corrupt food system and we want to become sovereign. And Purium is allowing us to, it's introducing us to, first of all, we may never have gotten into soil regeneration had we not started getting into this. So it's like a gateway to caring more about what the food you're putting in your body, where it's sourced on all levels, and
just making better decisions about, where your food comes from,
Yeah.
beyond just Purium, you want to make sure that you're creating less waste, that you're...
A lot of Purium people become like organic farmers as they get into it, because that's the idea, is that we can survive on our own supply and Purium to fill in any gaps so that we don't need to go to grocery stores and support companies like Nestle that are destroying the planet.
And we aren't all fortunate enough to live in an environment where you can grow your own food year round. We have winters for 6 months of the year where, we're not growing anything. So beyond just seasonal produce that we can get, we want to ensure that we're getting our food from a sustainable source, from an ethical, sustainable place where no one is harmed in that process. And it feels so much better.
It feels so good to be able to compost our packaging and not be contributing to more plastic going into landfills, and being able to share that accessibility with others who don't have that access. So together we're also sharing the information about our soil health and environment, and making a bigger impact because we're already healed ourselves. We already have the community. And so together, this is our mission to really ultimately come together and heal the planet.
Right. 3 pillars. That's all it takes to fix this situation that we're in.
And it all starts with also raising our kids. We're raising the next generation, conscious, plant-based, and kind.
Yeah. So that's it. Join us.
Welcome. Everyone is included. And that is also something, this is open to everyone.
Yeah.
This is for all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds, everything. There's no exclusion. We all need each other. Every one of us is a missing piece in this puzzle to come together and to make positive changes so that we can have a healthier planet and happier people on it. Our only goal is for raising vibrations, positive change. We just want to help wherever we can, and we know we can't do it alone. So we're not trying to be Captain Planet alone. We need all fire, wind, water, air to come together and to
ultimately
clean this mess up.
Yeah, ultimately, we all want to have a cleaner planet. Like, nobody wants landfills and acid rain and all these terrible things. So how do we get there? It's these steps, it's these pillars where it's you first, and then you heal other people, and then you heal the planet. This is how we get there. So if you are motivated to live on a better planet, this is a pathway there. And you can combine other things with this, but essentially we want you to be your best self, so that
whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Our highest selves is our own. We want a whole planet of everyone living to their potential. Mm-hmm. And we envision that. We hold that vision so strong. We know it. We know we're on our way.
And we've helped people do it. So
yeah, we're all just doing it together. So heal, help, repeat. This is our motto. That's it. We are always a work in progress, and so is our planet, and we are all one. So
And
let's
Mother
come
Earth
together.
needs us right now, so let's do it.